Okay, so this is somehow similar to previous problem, and I leave it here for you to practice. Okay, next important thing that we need to discuss about gases is the Dalton's law of partial pressure. Okay, so partial pressure means that the pressure exerted by each gas in a mixture. Okay, so halimbawa, for example, we have mixture or different gases in the same container. Okay? The total pressure exerted by a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of each gas in the mixture. Okay? So the total is the sum of all partial pressures depending on how many gases are in the mixture. Okay? So where P total daw, total pressure, then PA, PB, PC are partial pressures of the respective gases. Okay, now when we have an ideal gas condition, so every pressure is equivalent to the moles, the gas constant, temperature multiplied the volume. Okay, then for the next gas, so the moles of that gas, and so on. Now, since the total pressure is the sum of all partial pressures, sorry, so we can add the N1RT over B, N2RT over B, and so on, depending on how many gases are there. And since R, it is a constant, temperature would be constant, and the volume. So we can factor out or isolate the values of moles, okay? And then if the summation of pressure is the total pressure. The summation of the moles would be the total moles, right? So the ideal gas equation of the total pressure is equivalent to the total moles multiplied by the RT over V. Okay, next, from the mole fraction, okay, mole fraction is just the amount of moles divided by the total moles present in the mixture. If we use it in the ideal gas equation, okay, P1, okay, the pressure 1 is divided by the total pressures, okay? Then if we factor out the RT over V, since this would be constant, we can arrive with P1 over P1, P2, P3, and this P1, P2, P3 is our total pressure, okay? So, meaning the mole fraction could be calculated by dividing the pressure by the total pressure of the mixture. Or, solving this equation, the partial pressure can be calculated by multiplying the mole fraction by total pressure. Okay, so it just says that we can use the formula to solve one another. Now, Dalton's law of partial pressure is important in collecting gases over water. Okay? So it is common out to synthesize gases and collect them by displacing a volume of water. Now, to calculate the amount of gas produced, we need to correct the partial pressure of the water. Okay, so recipient in this container, right? So if we decompose a substance, it produces a gas, right? But the gas that would be here is composed of gas and water, right? So it is a mixture. Now, to get the pressure, so we must correct, okay? Next, with the Graham's law of effusion and diffusion, since it is previously stated that gases can effuse and diffuse, right? Okay. So again, effusion is the process by which a gas under pressure escapes from one chamber to another to a very small orifice or a tiny hole. And then, this method by Graham demonstrated that when the rates of the effusion of several gases are compared, so the less dense gas or the lighter ones always effuse faster than the more dense one. Okay, so it's like the lighter gases are effusing faster, okay, than the denser. It's like mas mabilis yung mga magaan, okay, kumpara dun sa mabibigat. Now, mathematically, that was presented as the rate of diffusion of A over the rate of diffusion of B is the square root of the density of B divided by the density of A. Now, applying the ideal gas equation, it is said that at any particular temperature and pressure, the molecular weight is directly proportional with density, meaning, so if the density increases, so would be the molecular weight, right? So now we can extend the equation, okay? The rate of fusion, A over B, is also equal to the square root of the molecular weight of B over molecular weight of the gas A. Now again, for diffusion, it is the gradual mixing of molecules, okay, of one gas with molecules of another. And again, lighter gas moves faster, just like with effusion. And the relative rates can be obtained from the relative distances traveled by two gases. So as you can see, different gas will travel different lengths or distances. Okay, and from that, we can calculate the molecular weight of those gases.